I can't believe it's been 2.5 years of dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500 index fund, and I've made my fair share of mistakes along the way. In today's video, I'll give you guys an update after 1 year since my last video. I'll be sharing with you the journey, my profits and losses made thus far, and my plans with this investment. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Let's go. 23rd November 2022 at age 26. After months of procrastination, contemplating which platform should I be using, which ETF to go with because there's a ton available out there that tracks the same index, I finally invested my first $100 into Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF, VOO, and I documented it in this video right over here. 1.5 years later, 28th of May 2024 at age 28, I wanted to double the amount that I was investing monthly, coupled along with the fact that if I chose the same kind of ETF that is listed on the London Stock Exchange, I'd be saving 50% of the dividends withholding taxes. So I sold all of my positions in VOO and restarted my journey. For those of you who are unfamiliar, if $1 was being distributed as dividends, I'd be keeping 70 cents because there is the 30% dividends withholding taxes for US stocks. Whereas a similar kind of ETF that is listed on the London Stock Exchange, I'd be keeping 85 cents because dividends are only taxed at a rate of 15%. That is half the savings. Not forgetting that there are also estate taxes in the event that I pass away, which is the reason why I sold away all of my positions in VOO and started buying consistently every single month into CSPX, an S&P 500 index fund ETF that is listed on the London Stock Exchange. Doing so, I've realized 20.3% profits after 18 months of investing and restarted my journey. If you're looking to do the switch and want a guide, I've documented the journey step by step in this video, which I'll link up above and down in the description box below. So 1 year later, after switching platforms, ETFs, and increasing how much I was investing monthly, I'm currently up 4.65%, and this is the breakdown of each trade. Just take note that these are all unrealized gains, and I do not have plans to sell any of this as of yet, or rather not even in the near future, because it's a long-term investment to me. For full transparency, I'm showing you a snapshot of my IBKR account, but if you had noticed the difference between the two tracking, I have 4 more shares in my IBKR account that are not mine, so that 4.65% doesn't account for that 4 shares, and I'm using my Notion Finance Tracker to show it to you guys. But in full transparency, I'm showing you a snapshot of my IBKR account as well. I went from investing 150 to 200 to 400, 800, and now $1,000 for the past 10 months, and I'm increasing this to USD $2,000 from June onwards. I'll be very honest with you guys that there's nothing I would want to change about my journey despite all of the mistakes. Going through the emotions of seeing prices go up and not sticking to my plan of dollar cost averaging monthly, or when prices fall, not buying in because I think it would drop further. Now that I've experienced all of that, I know I won't go back to it. Instead, I'll leave it up to automation. No matter the price, every single month on the 15th in the background, I'd be buying. And if something like April 2025 happens again, I have a war chest of available funds to deploy into the stock market, which I've shared with you guys the deployment plan in this video over here. I'll link it up above and down in the description box below. Now then, the question is, when will I exit my positions? When will I sell away everything? I've always mentioned this on the channel. Investing is never 100% guaranteed. I just want a slice of the pie if things do go well. This being said, my timeline is to invest in this for the next 20 years until I'm age 49. Assuming an average return of 8% and not changing my monthly investment amount and excluding one-off purchases as well, this portfolio should grow to be about USD 1.3 million by then. What would I be using the money for? To be honest with you guys, I have no idea. I've always had a dream of running a bed and breakfast overseas. Maybe this amount will go into that. I do not know, but let's see. By the age of 49, what would I be doing? Who knows what the future has for me? Anyway, I just want to address this question that I've received a lot on my Instagram DMs, and it's going to be beneficial for those of you who are still looking for a platform to go with for the long term as well. Would I choose Interactive Brokers or FSMOne if I could do it all over again? For those of you who do not know, my current setup is that my own funds, I'm using Interactive Brokers to invest. My family funds that I'm managing, I'm using FSMOne to invest. If I could choose all over again and I only had to manage my own money, I would use FSMOne's platform. Number one is for the $0 ETF regular savings plan to buy into CSPX or SPYL. It's free and you can automate it very easily as compared to interactive brokers. That leads to reason number two is that interactive brokers is just not as user-friendly for beginners. Can one get used to it over a period of time? Yes, you can. But if you're someone who's busy and you just want to set it up once, forget about it, interactive brokers might not be the one to go with. You can watch my playlist of S&P videos on my channel where I've documented the journey doing the switch, my experience. I find FSMOne easier to use. This video is not sponsored by any of them. I have never worked with interactive brokers before, but I've worked with FSMOne once or twice on this channel. But anyway, that is just an upfront disclaimer. But for my own experience, FSMOne is just easier to use. For currency exchange differences, FSMOne loses out slightly, but it's not much. I'll show it on screen right now. The main reason is just easier to use. Number two, $0 fees when you're buying into it. And some of you come back at me to say, what about the selling fees? You always never talk about the selling fees. I wouldn't be concerned about that if my plan is to invest for the next 20 years, and by then my portfolio grows to 1.3 million, which I've mentioned earlier. Would I be concerned about a $20 or $100 or $500 selling fee, for example? You get the gist. Anyway, that's my take on it, and you don't have to listen to me, but go and try it out for yourself. At the end of the day, it's your money, it's your investment. This is not financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey. I've also recently started my own Telegram channel where I share a little bit more behind the scenes and short snippet of contents throughout the week. If you'd like to join, you can scan this QR code right over here. I have a full playlist of the S&P 500 investment journey on my YouTube channel. If you want to go and watch it, you can. I'll put a link down in the description box below. If you have any questions, pop it down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.